Har Har Mahadev. Hello everyone. Today we will go to the next chapter in Vidyeswara Samhita, chapter 16. Worship of the deities. The rishis said to Suta, O excellent one, please tell us about the rules for worshipping earthen images. Suta replied, the worship of an earthen image yields everything desired on earth. Both men and women have rights to worship the earthen images. The clay required must be collected from the water of a river, pond, or well. It must be crushed and purified with fragrances. It must be cleaned properly with milk. On an excellent platform, using the hands, one must knead the clay and make an image. The body and limbs must be shaped properly and adorned with respective weapons. The image must be seated in a Padmasana. The images worshipped can be of Vignesha, Aditya, Vishnu, Amba, and Shiva. A Brahmana must always worship Shiva in the form of Shiva's Linga. To be successful in obtaining the fruits, the 16 kinds of upacharas must be used. With mantras, a flower must be used to sprinkle water over the image. Dhupam, Deepam and Naivedya must be offered during the worship for better results. The Abhisheka of the image is for purifying one's Atman. The offering of fragrances is for auspiciousness. Naivedya ensures a long lifespan, while incense is for the sake of prosperity. The lamp is for acquisition of jnana. The betel leaf is for objects of pleasure. Therefore, in every worship, these 6 things must be carefully undertaken. Namaskara and japa yield everything that is desired. For men who desire objects of pleasure and liberation, these must always be done at the end of a puja. By worshipping Vignesha, one obtains everything one desires in this world. The great puja of Ganapati is performed on Chaturthi in Krishna Paksha. Aditya must be worshipped on Sunday on Saptami in the Shukla Paksha in the month of Magha. The worship of Vishnu yields expected desires and prosperity if performed on Wednesday on Dwadashi in the month of Jyeshta or Bhadrapada. Amba should be worshipped on Monday and on Navami in the month of Karkataka or Margashirsha. Monday and Chaturdashi in Krishna Paksha are special for the worship of Shiva. Chaturdashi in Krishna Paksha in the month of Magha yields everything that is desired. The worship of Devas on their respective days is special in the month of Kartika. If a deity chosen for worship has a weekday dedicated to him, then choose that week for his worship. Proper worship should be followed by a feast to the family, friends and relatives besides the poor. Next we will go to the mystery of Bindu and Nada. In the sign of Om, the dot is the Bindu and the semicircle is the Nada. Suta continued, the Yoni and the Lingam are Shiva's own forms, and he is the one who determines the birth. The entire universe, mobile and immobile, has Bindu and Nada inside it. Bindu is Shakti and Nada is Shiva. The universe has Shiva and Shakti inside it. Bindu holds up Nada. Bindu holds up the entire universe. Bindu and Nada are the foundation for the entire universe. When Bindu and Nada are united, everything becomes complete. The universe is born as a result of this completion. The lingam represents the union of Bindu and Nada and is said to be the cause of the universe. Bindu is the goddess and Shiva is the Nada. Shiva's lingam represents their union. Therefore, to prevent birth, one should worship Shiva Lingam. The goddess is the mother of the universe. Shiva is the father of the universe. When parents are constantly worshipped, there is an increase in great compassion. Out of this compassion, prosperity is bestowed on the worshipper. Shiva's lingam is worshipped in the form of mother and father. Shiva is said to be in the form of Purusha and Shakti is said to be in the form of Prakriti. Purusha is said to be unmanifest. Prakriti is said to be extremely well manifest. The union of Purusha and Prakriti is spoken of as the first birth. The word Jiva is said to be that which decays from the time of birth. Another meaning of the word Jiva is that it is bound from the time of birth. Therefore, from the time of birth, a person should worship the lingam so as to be freed from the noose of birth. Prakriti is spoken of as Bhaga because it enhances the progress towards prosperity. But Shiva is spoken of as Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the one who bestows Bhoga. When Bhaga is combined with Lingam, there is union between Bhaga and Lingam. One should worship Shiva Lingam, Bhagavan Mahadeva. In the form of Surya, he gives birth to the worlds and his symbol indicates that birth. The meaning of Lingam is that it is the sign of existence. The Lingam signifies Purusha and takes one to Shiva. It is the sign of union between Shiva and Shakti. The signs of what that symbols does are birth and death. One thus withdraws from birth and death. One should therefore worship Shiva's lingam standing for Purusha and Prakriti. Worshipping in this way on Sunday wards off birth. Using Pranava, the great lingam should be worshipped on Monday. On Monday, Abhisheka with Panchagavya is particularly efficacious. The Panchagavya are cow dung, cow's urine, milk, curd and ghee. Milk, honey and molasses can also be separately used. The Naivedya of rice cooked in cow's milk must be offered with the chanting of Pranava. Pranava is Dwani Lingam. Nada is Swayambhu Lingam. The Yantra is Bindu Lingam. Is Pradishtita Lingam. U is Chara Lingam. And A is Guru Lingam. There is no doubt that a jiva who worships the 6 lingams are liberated. The devoted worship of Shiva frees men from the circle of birth. 1/4 of this benefit is obtained by wearing Rudraksha, and 1/8 by smearing Vibhuti. 3/4 are obtained by performing japa with mantras and worshipping with complete devotion. A man who is devoted to Shiva Lingam and worships it is liberated. If a person controls himself and reads or hears this chapter, his devotion towards Shiva increases and becomes steady. Thus ends chapter 16. We will continue with the next chapter in the next episode. Thank you.